Okay. I don't know where that submarine is going to be. Oh. Let's just let it try and engage and see what it does. There is quite a bit of sea down here that submarine could be in. I'm actually going to shift the carrier group up in this direction. Okay, that was up here. We got the recon aircraft. What is he doing now? He's returning to patrol, I presume? Yeah, he's returning to patrol. We've lost complete sight of all of the ships and stuff. So our helicopter should be deploying dipping sonar. Yeah, he's deploying the dipping sonar. But I'm pretty sure the submarine's probably... It might be down here. So I'm kind of moving these ships up here. So at some point that submarine's got to go through my sonar buoy net. And hopefully we'll pick him back up again. That's the idea. What's he doing now? He's still engaged defensively. He just keeps deploying dipping sonar, but that submarine is not going to be there. I mean, it could have possibly moved into this area. Or it could have moved down here. Oh, it's there! We've got it! We've got it! The dipping sonar actually must have picked it up then. I don't think that's not going to engage because this helicopter's already engaging. So I've got my mission priorities, I think, only set up to engage once at a time. So let's just check that out and see whether we can change that. Yeah, you see, there should be 2 flights that now engage that. Let's bump that up to 2 flights. Okay, so I'm guessing this guy, we've picked him up now, so we should be able to hopefully launch a missile or launch a torpedo. Wow, we found another submarine. Or possible submarine. Which is strange because I'm pretty sure the Russians only had like 2 submarines. And I'm pretty sure I've destroyed... Well, this is definitely one of them. Okay, torpedo away. Torpedo away. We've possibly lost location. Why are you not dipping? Deploy dipping. Deploy dipping. Oh! Okay, interesting. Yeah, turn around. Okay, the actual Stingray did hit it. Ah, it's K276, look. Let's see, damage control. We've got no damage control report. Yeah, but we do have a second Stingray going after it. And this time, because it's deploying dipping, we should, like, we know where it is at least. I don't know whether that Stingray has... I don't think that, like, has a connection to the aircraft. No, it wouldn't do, would it? So it's not like we can pass information to it, but at least we can see whether it's attacking the right spot. Yes! Looks like we got the kill. Let's just make sure. Okay, we definitely impacted. So I'm pretty certain that's a kill now. Okay, we did some successful anti-submarine warfare. I'm pretty pleased about that. Right, okay, so there is a possible underwater contact, which slightly worries me. There is also that helicopter might be back here. What are you doing? Okay, I think yeah, my Sea Harriers engaging that helicopter. Okay, with that submarine down as well, we can actually change our carrier group and we can head towards the enemy. I'm going to put it on full speed. Why is that so low? Why is that flying so low? Let's have a look. So we are actually coming up to dawn. So most of this time we've actually been playing overnight. And we are now coming up to 06 sort of, well, almost 0700 local time. So you can see the map. I do have this set to show night and day lighting. So you can see the change in daylight. I don't understand why that is so low. Very odd. Oh, it's on oh, that one is on anti-submarine warfare duties. That's why it's so low. It's so it can drop sonar buoys. Because we actually have we have a lot of sonar buoys on this aircraft. So that's why it's flying so long. It's actually dropping sonar buoys in this area. Civilian submarine. Possible, although I think it's more likely to be an incorrect contact. I actually think it's more likely to be it can pick up biologics like whales and stuff like that. So I think it's more likely to be that, because when we have a look at the briefing, we definitely killed the Sierra 1 Barracuda. I mean, it could be that submarine, but I have a feeling we killed that submarine. It's a good question though. It might be that submarine. But it could also be like an incorrect contact. Yeah, so he's going to engage that helicopter. So that's the big question right now. I'm also almost in range for like a... Well, if the ships are in the same position for a Harpoon strike. I'm going to set this guy down to creep. And we'll run him at just over the layer. Because we should have towed sonar array on this submarine. Yeah, here we go. We do have a towed sonar array. Oh god. Oh god. Oh, I think this is the these are all hostile. Why are you turning away? Don't turn away. Oh, it's RTB bingo. Okay, here's its replacement. We'll get him to attack those helicopters. I'm slowly getting rid of the enemy's supply of anti-submarine warfare helicopters. It's got so many. I'm slowly getting rid of them one by one. I mean, if I do manage to get rid of them all, I can obviously launch my Harpoon missiles and then I can just go in for torpedo attacks. We've got 20... Every time that sound goes off, it literally scares the hell out of me. We've got 16 Tigerfish torpedoes. So we could just go in and conventionally torpedo the enemy task force. Okay, so we got a weather report. We're still at sea state 2. That does mean stuff, but I'm not too into what that all means right now. Certain weapons, I think, can't be fired on certain sea states, and it affects spotting range and all that kind of stuff. Stingrays have an onboard active sonar head. Oh yeah, the ones that dropped the that are dropped from the kilos. Thank God that's a commercial aircraft, because it was heading right for my Nimrod then. I was kind of a little bit worried. Still, I'm surprised that Nimrod hasn't identified that surface ship, but it might be flying too high again. So it is probably flying above the clouds, which was one of the issues before that we had. Okay, so we've got not a hell of a lot happening right now. We're going to have the Sea Harrier start attacking some of the forces. Okay, we have identified one of the ships. Oh, it is flooding. It's flooding. It's the guided missile destroyer Sovremeni, and it is flooding. So we did manage to hit it with one of those missiles from the Barracuda. That's pretty cool. The Sea Harrier is going to go in and attack these helicopters. So the one thing I've noticed about this scenario is Russia are a little bit... They don't seem to have any fighters on their ships. And I'm assuming that we're... I don't know whether we're operating too far away from their land base. I mean, we're operating about 1,000 nautical miles away, so... They don't seem to have a fighter capability. I'm going to set him down to medium altitude. Well, let's set him down to low altitude, because this is what a problem we were having before, where it wouldn't attack helicopters because he was too high. Okay, yeah, we immediately got a kill there. He's going after the next one. So we should get the kill on this one as well. There's another ship. That is hostile. Sidewinder away. Yeah, we do get the kill there. Let's get him to attack these ones down here. Again, I want you to fly at low altitude. I'm pretty certain that's still one of the hostile ships. Okay, so I think I am now in... Yeah, I am in Harpoon range. So I'm going to get you to stop and head to the... No, don't head to the surface. Oh my god. Let's make sure we press periscope depth. Oh my god, that could have been the worst thing I've ever done. Oh. And let's maybe, should we leave him on creep or stop? Let's leave him on creep. Periscope depth. Is that periscope depth? 66 feet? I thought periscopes were... Yeah, totally. I thought periscopes... We should get the kill on that, which leaves one more helo. We're slowly dismantling their forces, which is really good because I started off this scenario, or I mean, the last time we played this scenario, we liked... Oh god. Oh god. That was a helo launch. I mean, it might be to replace the helicopters we've just destroyed. But I have to be worried as well. Oh, we missed. Will he go in with guns? I mean, he's out of missiles. Oh, he does get a hit. Should go in with guns for the kill here. I don't get many shots here. I only get like 3 bursts, which is 150 rounds. I've also done, I think, 3 bursts, so you don't get a hell of a lot of shots, but I think this time he might be able to get the kill. Yeah, hopefully we'll get the kill. No, oh, no, I think maybe it survived again. We get 1 more burst left. I mean, I assume he's 1,500 feet. No, I don't think we got the kill there. So the helicopter, I think, does survive, annoyingly. There was a helicopter launch. I'm very worried about it. It's possible that it was replacing the helicopters we just shot. But I'm also worried that it could be going off to my my submarine here. And in fact, it looks like it's flying that direction, which scares me. So I'm gonna go down to just over the layer and hope to God that that helicopter did not spot me. I'm also gonna add in, I think I have to click on here. I'm gonna slightly move away. Oh! Okay. Oh no, okay, there we go. Biologics. So that's like a whale or a massive school of fish, that kind of thing. So that's what I meant before about this contact. It could be biologics, or it could be the Russian submarine, but I'm sure I've destroyed 2 of their submarines. I 100% know we destroyed the Barracuda. We definitely destroyed a goblin contact, but I don't know whether that was a submarine or just a misidentified contact. Actually, that biologics, we can use that to hide behind. Because if we're picking it up, the enemy's going to pick it up as well. So we can maybe hide behind that biologic contact. That's possibly an idea. Although it doesn't tell me kind of what depth it is. Anyway. Like us, aircraft usually don't have a lot of ammo. A couple of seconds of fire is a lot of rounds. Yeah. Yeah. Might have destroyed a blue whale. Yeah, that's quite true. I have in other scenarios as well. So it is quite possible. Scenario, but I reckon I can get a nice harpoon strike in with this submarine. And then once the harpoon strikes are off, we can try and if we can get away in time, we can then like move to a different location and get some torpedoes in. We also have those sea skewer missiles. Okay, so I think that helicopter was there to replace the ones that we just shot down, which I'm pretty thankful about. Actually, I'm going to move out to max range with this submarine, so possibly out to around about there. And then we're going to try and get behind them or to the side. Okay, so the tour bay, I'm currently moving out. To about 50 nautical miles. The Harpoons, they have a 65 nautical mile range, so I could actually move a little bit further away, but once they get to that position, we should be able to launch. Now, he's moving at flank speed, which is a bit odd. No, he's not. He's moving at creep. Oh, that means he can't move at flank speed. So he's creeping along at shallow. I don't have to worry about enemy submarines anymore. So I can sort of stay fairly shallow in the water, which I think is the best bet. And we'll wait for him to move into position. I think there's a way we can find out how long it's going to take him. Which I think is not that button. Damn it. There's a way we can find out. But I can't remember how. It's the wait. Oh, is it on here? It's the waypoint view, but I can't remember how to bring that up. So I think I'm going to have to give up on that. It's not plot course. Oh, damn it, I've just done that again. Okay, so I can't remember what it is. No. This, yeah, that is the ah, there we go. There we go. I think it's this here. That's the distance. So distance to something. Maybe it's distance to target, 20 nautical miles. Time to target, maybe an hour and 27 minutes. So we should be there in about an hour. Which should leave me around about the right distance away. I know that's not an enemy submarine, it's just a whatever it is, because I know I've destroyed both the enemy submarines. Okay. So the question is, do we push forwards with the group, or do we wait for our buccaneers to reload? And I kind of think the best thing is to wait. So if I'm honest, I'm just going to give these guys like I'm just going to give them a full stop order. And we're just going to kind of wait it out for oh, one thing I did want to do actually is kind of change my formation. And also, I also want to keep attacking their helicopters. So every time we get a chance, we'll try and hit their helicopters. don't know why that's doing that. I wanted to change the formation. And the reason I want to do that is I want my missile... The guys with the big missile range. So air weapons is this kind of... Air weapons is this kind of peach circle range. So within that circle, they can fire these sea darts, basically. I clicked on the wrong button there. These sea darts. I did click on the right button. And they like to take out enemy missiles. So I kind of need to keep them towards the coast, because if those backfire bombers come in, they're going to come across this route. So I want those nearest to the coast. That's the idea. Okay. Why can I not click formation edit? Why can I not edit the formation? Why can I not edit the formation? There. Oh, I think it was in the wrong place. Okay, so that was the Manchester. The Manchester we're going to move. And we're going to station him on a fixed bearing just ahead. So around about here, I think. How far ahead is that? About 12 nautical miles. So I think around about here. Okay, so he's now going to move across. The Newcastle actually is pretty far ahead already. I didn't notice that was where that ship was. And then the Edinburgh is my other one. So actually I'm going to put the Manchester in between those two ships. Kind of about there. And they are fixed bearings. Yeah, cool. Protozokar, thanks for the follow. Let me just slow this down a sec while I think about things. This Sea Harrier needs to come down to low altitude to engage the helicopters. Oh, what is that? Oh, it's a Russian recon plane. Okay. I'm going to come back to you guys that have joined me. Thanks very much for joining me. Okay, it looks like we missed with that missile attack. Missed again? No, we did get the kill now. Okay, I want him to target that Russian bear. I'm hoping he's going to... Okay, he's going to go after the helo, I think, actually. Annoyingly. But yeah, he should stay at low altitude. But yeah, to everyone that's joined me, hopefully you'll stick around and watch me play some Command Modern Operations. To try and quickly explain what's going on, this here is the Russian carrier group. They are basically a helicopter carrier group, and we're operating on the British side, so we're in charge of the Invincible, the British helicopter carrier group, and it's kind of a limited engagement between these two carriers. We have a submarine which I'm maneuvering into position to make a Harpoon strike. We've got a Sea Harrier here that's attacking one of their helicopters, a KA-27PL. That's an anti-submarine helo. So that thing's coming in and should launch off a Sidewinder any moment. There it goes. Does get the immediate kill. And hopefully, yeah, it is now moving on to the Russian recon plane. Let's see whether we can get a picture of that thing. Here it is. But it's out of Sidewinders now. We are out of Sidewinders, so it's going to have to use its guns, and whether we actually get a kill or not is uncertain at this point. Yeah, we did identify that as biologics. You're actually moving 40 nautical miles away at this point. want to get to as like far edge of range as possible, because as soon as I launch my Harpoon attack, they're going to send helicopters over. Okay, he's now given up. He's returning to base. Bingo and Winchester, so he's out of fuel and obviously ammunition. The carrier should launch another Sea Harrier any second now. Yeah, in fact, there's one taking off right now. So as soon as that one takes off, we're going to target the recon aircraft, try and shoot that thing down. Can you control units correct, or do you only give orders? You only give orders, but like, so you can't micro the aircraft in a way, but you sort of can. I guess it's a bit abstract because the view is 2D, it's top down, but you give the units missions. So I've currently got quite a lot of missions running. Let me highlight all the missions and I can talk through those missions, and then I can talk through what you can do outside of the missions, if that makes sense. Okay, so this is my carrier action group down here. Around that, I've got a lot of helicopters operating as like an anti-submarine warfare mission. So they're going about doing their job, dropping sonar buoys around, trying to. So I'll bring up these are all the sonar buoys, and these are to locate the enemy submarines. Now, luckily, I did actually destroy the enemy submarines last scenario or last mission, so there aren't any around, but I'm continuing the mission because it's what happens. Technically, we don't know that's the only 2 submarines. There could be more submarines, who knows. But yeah, these are all little sonar buoys that have obviously sonar on them in that kind of range, and the helicopters kind of dot around, dropping these off, trying to locate any submarines. So that's one of the missions that's ongoing at the moment. So all of these helicopters around here, the Lynx, this one, the Sea King, this is acting as an airborne early warning for my carrier group. So this thing's flying this path here, and it's got a pretty large radar spotting enemy ships and enemy planes that are flying towards us. For example, this anti-submarine warfare plane is flying somewhat close. In fact, they are actually getting very close to me. Then I've got other things, like I've got this maritime patrol aircraft that's flying this route here, and that's providing me like recon with this yellow box here. So that's providing me recon. Then we've got a combat air patrol that's being flown by my Sea Harriers, which is this right here. Now, I was aiming to take down that recon unit, but see, that's the example of how you can sort of micro unit. So I can tell him what to target. So he was flying after that recon aircraft, and actually now it's turned around, I'll tell him to retarget that recon aircraft, although he might wait a while. So that will fly this combat air patrol mission. So it will just fly like a loop of this area until it sees an enemy, and then if it sees an enemy, it will go and engage. But you can tell it to do other stuff, like go and engage those aircraft that are over there, or go and sink this merchant ship. You can tell it to do other stuff. For example, it is now going to go and attack this helicopter, but one issue with attacking helicopters, we're currently flying at 36,000 feet. This helicopter is flying at, we don't actually know its altitude, but it's a helicopter. There's no way it's flying at 36,000 feet. So we need to tell this Harrier to drop its altitude. So I'm going to tell this Harrier to now start flying at 1,000 feet. And that will mean that it can engage the helicopter, because otherwise it's just going to fly over the top of it at 36,000 feet. And the Sidewinders aren't going to be able to engage. There'll be some detail in there. Here you go, launch altitude. So it can launch. But due to the difference in heights, there'll be an issue. But you can't, yeah, but when you say not fully direct RTS control, it's tough because what in Steel Division, what are you doing? You're telling a tank to go and attack, or you're telling an aircraft to go and attack that enemy aircraft. You can do that. Like, I can tell... do we have this? Right, let's just watch this attack come in. Sidewinder missile should be away. Yep, there we go. Miss, reattacks, gets the hit. Okay, so this thing is now going to automatically engage the recon aircraft, but it might not necessarily do that. But you can tell it to you can tell it to attack using either manual engagement, and you can tell it, right, I want you to fire your cannons. I don't want you to fire the sidewinders. I want you to fire the cannons. Or you can tell it to fire the sidewinders. You can tell it how many sidewinders to fire. Like us, do Harriers have look down, shoot down capability? I'm not 100% sure. But these ones are only carrying sidewinders, so I don't know whether it's to do with the missile or to do with the radar and the targeting pod. I'm not sure. But yeah, I mean, you can tell the Harrier to use 2 sidewinders on this Russian bear, and it will do it as soon as it's able to. So it's currently saying that the target's out of weapon range. So you can allocate 2 sidewinders to target that Russian aircraft, and as soon as that gets into range, it will fire both missiles. So let's watch, and it should do it. So you can manually tell things to do it. So I personally would say yes, you can fully direct units. It's just the view is very different because it's just a top-down view. But you can do I would say that yes, you can do as many complex things in this game. In fact, more complex things than you could in Steel Division 2. We got a bogey flying in. I don't like the look of that. I do not like the look of that. I don't know what that is. So I'm going to route this maritime aircraft forwards, and hopefully we'll get a look at that. I'm also going to route the Shackleton back up here, because that thing's got radar, so we should be able to start detecting that. We got a contact report. It's not telling me what's... It's being detected by... What's it being detected by? It's being detected by the Shackleton. Oh, that's RTB bingo. Oh, they're absolute wrong time. Okay, we've got a helicopter here. I'm just going to push you forwards as well, though. Oh, that's right low on range. I am worried what that is. Although it looks like it's not flying towards anything. I think that's probably just a recon aircraft. It's flying at 395 knots, which is actually faster than this thing. Okay. So we are now almost getting into range. As soon as we get into range, this thing should fire 2 sidewinders, because that's what we told it to do. The recon plane is at 45,000 feet. We're only at 10,000. Good point there. But actually, yeah. Oh, interesting. I gave it back manual control. I gave it back automatic altitude, so we are now climbing. That was a good shout there, actually. Right, as soon as we get into range, we should launch 2 sidewinders. Hopefully. There we go, there's 1, there's 2, yeah. Oh, we missed with them both. Okay, so he's now going to engage with guns. He's basically going to engage with his remaining guns. We probably won't get this kill. We're going to zoom right in. Oh, we did get the kill. So we got a kill with the 30mm cannon that was on there. And he should return to base now. Any second now, he'll return to base. And then we'll end up having another... Hopefully we'll get a replacement Sea Harrier. Join him. No, we have no Sea Harriers ready right now. So we've got no air cover for the next 3 hours. No, the next 2 hours. We've got no aircraft cover from our Sea Harriers, which is really bad. Oh, you fly back. Okay, that thing's flying at 36,000 feet. We're still not 100% sure what it is. Which is slightly annoying. We're 45 nautical miles away. I'm considering launching that attack. Okay, we spotted some ships back there, but they're merchants and civilians. I think that's an enemy recon plane. But unfortunately, we don't have anything to shoot it down right now. For the next 2 hours, we have nothing that can shoot that plane down. Which is kind of annoying. Okay, do we know which ship the Kiev is? The only one we know is that one. We're 49 nautical miles. Just going to move you there. The question is, I think I'm going to attack the Sovereign and this ship down here, which I think is probably the equivalent of the Sovereign. We're going to use the Harpoon missiles on that submarine, so I've not done that before. So this is going to be a new thing for me as well. We have some civilian ships knocking around as well. So this maritime aircraft is now going to head back to the support mission that it was previously on, which is basically flying this kind of route here. So yeah, I mean, you give missions, you kind of, hopefully that's explained a bit more. You set up missions, and you can tell them to patrol a certain area, you can tell them to strike a number of ships from a target list or aircraft, or however you do it. You kind of set up missions, but you can micro units in a sense. I can take control of a unit, fly it to a certain position, tell it to fire X number of weapons. So I would say the answer is yes, you can actually take direct control, which is pretty good. And we're going to do that with this submarine. We're going to, as soon as I get into a good position, I'm going to fire. Actually, how far am I from them? From that there? Oh, right. Okay, so I'm on the edge of the range. So the question is, do we use the Harpoon missiles now, or do we wait? I think I'm going to fire them now, and we'll just see what happens. Okay, so I've never done this before. We've got these have a 65 nautical mile range. They have an 85% chance to hit. But these ships have like missile defense on them. Automatic fire is allowed. The one thing I don't know about is whether to fire all 4 at one ship or whether to split them up into 2 lots of 2. I'm going to try and split them up to 2 lots of 2. I'm just going to pause this so that we know what it's going to target. So we are the Torbay. We're going to attack those 2 targets with harpoons. Oh. It wasn't paused. Okay, so they're flying off axis. So they're flying out. Okay, I don't want it to do that. I don't want you to do that. No, cancel that. Oh, I can't. Okay, so I can't tell it to do that. We didn't want it to do that. What I'm going to do is I'm immediately going to go on flank. I'm going to go as deep as possible. And we're going to turn the sub around. And hopefully they won't send anti-submarine helicopters at me. Okay, so hopefully, we'll see what happens with these harpoons. I thought I had it paused, but it did work as I expected it. I think these 2 are definitely going to get shot down. Although it depends what happens with these 2. It looks they haven't launched missiles at them yet. Or at least I can't see that they have. Which is really... Oh, are they going to fly straight past that ship? Oh, that's really bad. Okay, so I don't know whether they're out of missiles. Yeah, oh yeah, there they go. They got shot down. So the enemy ship launched missiles. Those 2 are being jammed. Will this one get through? No. Okay, so none of the missiles got through. You can actually find out exactly what happened here. So they launched the SAN-7 Gadfly. And which is this thing here. It's basically an anti-aircraft missile that can obviously shoot down missiles as well. Yeah, anti-aircraft missile. So it can target aircraft. It can actually target missiles as well. And yeah. They shot down my harpoons, basically. So I should have waited for the next... I should have waited for my Buccaneers to come in from RAF Lossiemouth so that we had like enough missiles to overwhelm the enemy ship defenses.